będzie bardzo człowiecze, bardzo human style, więc no stress. But we are on the camera right now. So everyone, welcome to the Daily Happier. Remember, this is a safe space to have a good conversation. It's not an interview per se, but it's a conversation about growth, life, people, and the things that actually shape who we are and who are we becoming. Because all of us are a work in progress, and that's totally fine. So today you won't find any surface talk, just an honest dialogue. We're gonna slow down. So Lukasz, just let me know when I talk too fast. Too much coffee, dude. Too much cold plunges.
Sure, man.
But
Never
don't
too
ask for help. Yeah, I agree. At least I would like not to drink coffee, but after this, I'm like jittery and stuff. So today we'll try to slow down, ask for help, because that's something that people are struggling these days. We're gonna dive deep together. So Lukasz, thank you so much for joining us today. I'd like to start with like a good question before I tell anyone who you are. But who is Lukasz? Like without the titles, without, like the surface level. I want to get to know you. Like when no one expects anything from you, the world doesn't expect nothing from you, who you are under the surface.
Love that. First of all, thank you so much for having me. It's absolute pleasure. I would say if there's no expectations whatsoever, I would just say I'm a father of two, first and foremost. And yeah, I live with my wife and kids, and just an ordinary dude. Love nature, love exercising, love moving my body, and yeah, just work. I mean, I love working on improving myself. That's basically, like, in a nutshell, if I had to use 2 sentences, that's what it would be.
I'll get that. So because you say like you're juggling a bit of roles in life, especially when I met you at the vegan gym, because there's like so many crazy stories, and the vegan gym part is going to be on the podcast with Leif. As I remember, that's going to be in the description down below. Today we're gonna go deeper. So who is Lukasz? Like, you're a father, I get that. You're working out, I love that, awesome. Dive deeper. Let me know what's under the surface, dude. Like for myself, I like to be loved. What about you?
I mean, honestly, like, if I wanted to go a little bit deeper, I think we all like to be loved, right? Like, that's just, I think,
It
undeniable
was just an example. Come on.
being a human being, right? No, but like, maybe you asking more like what I do as well at this stage in my life, right? Like, I'm also, like I said, I'm very passionate about fitness, but I'm also coaching vegans. You already mentioned the vegan gym. So I'm really focusing on helping, in particular, vegans get in the best shape of their life. And, that involves a lot of different things. That involves like improving their mindset, changing their lifestyle habits, obviously starting exercising. It's a quite complex process when you break it down and when you look at it, and when you see at what different people are struggling with. And yeah, I'm someone who like moved out of Poland when I was like 19, turning 20. No, just when I turned 20 years old. So I moved out when I was 20 years old. I dropped out of college and decided to move to the UK. The initial plan was to stay here for like 6 months, and the goal was to go back and continue studying, but that never happened. Life took its toll, and I just got busy working, doing different jobs. I tried pretty much everything. I was starting from scratch, so I had no experience whatsoever in any industry, right? So you know how difficult that can be at the very beginning. I've tried like lots of different jobs: car wash, painting, worked in a factory, worked in restaurants. And that's where I actually got stuck, like working in a hospitality industry for almost 15 years. And, eventually getting to be a bar manager, and, being surrounded by people that didn't really care that much about their health and, well-being. And it can be quite a toxic environment when you work in hospitality for that long. And look, I fell for it. I used to drink too much. I used to take drugs, used to smoke so much, right? Like, and it caught up with me. It caught up with me in my early 30s. I was like, okay, is that how am I supposed to feel at this age? Like miserable, tired, lacking energy. I'm like, no, I need to change the trajectory of my life. And that's when I slowly started like looking into how this could look like for me. I didn't really have a clue at the time. But something that I forgot to mention is I was very active growing up as well. I was playing basketball, but you know me, I'm quite short. I'm like 5'8", or 174 centimeters, right? So that's not quite tall for basketball, but like still, like,
I mean, it's tall. Come on,
passion.
I can go under discussion. It's tall enough.
I know. I know it is. I know it is. But like it's and like I just remember at the time when I was at that lowest point in my life, like, okay, how it felt to be, feeling good, moving my body, fueling my body a little bit better, right? And that's when I kind of started changing my trajectory, right? And
okay, so let's focus on
the rest history. Like, like
I want to hear that history actually, because when I met you for the first time, you say you went to the UK in your 20s, you spent there like 20 years. So right now you are, how old are you, if I may ask?
I'm 40. I'm about to turn 41 next month.
And 41 next month. Dude, your energy, that's what I said. When we met 3 years ago, when you were like 38, your energy was beaming with not only the confidence and the whole journey where you went through, but it was mostly about the uplifting others, about seeing the good in them and just being, hey guys, I'm just a human being. I'm from Poland. I lived almost half of my life in the UK. I'm having a family right now, and I want to help you guys to live a better life. And I'm very curious because when you moved to UK in your 20s, your life possibly looked much different, especially the mindset. We're going to go into it. The things that were going in your head. What do you think, Lukasz, is a difference between your 20s and your 30s right now? What lessons did you learn in your 20s? Like something, the biggest thing, the biggest mindset shift you'll see.
Well, that's a really good question, but I think like obviously the wisdom will be the very simple answer here, right? Like you acquire wisdom as you go through life, right? So obviously I have way more wisdom at this stage than when I was in my 20s.
You have no care.
Very
That's the wisdom.
That's the wisdom as well, right? But like I was very brave as well, just thinking about it, like, moving abroad, like I didn't really speak any English whatsoever at the time, right? Like it was just, not ideal. I was definitely putting myself out of my comfort zone. And the biggest difference between when I was in my 20s and now, I would say, is just, having more structure, right? Like understanding life more, like seeing how hard work pays off eventually, right? Like seeing how if you persist, like even if it's really difficult, and if you just persevere, like you're gonna get there. It's gonna start compounding, and over time you're gonna start, collecting all the benefits from that, right? So that's just like one thing that I can see right away. Obviously, I have a different mindset now, although there are some elements of my mindset that were always there, right? Like I was always like trying to force myself to get out of my comfort zone, right? I was like, okay, what's next? Like I did something, I'm like, okay, cool. Like now I'm gonna just go and try that another thing, right? And see what works out, and just failing at it, right? Like I'm being okay with failing. So that's definitely something that I still have at this stage in my life, and I'm like, I'm gonna embrace it. Like just failure is part of the process as well. I don't know if that answered the question. I kind of
totally, dude. I'm not going with questions. Yeah, the answers always are good as long as you're saying them from your heart. I love that. You mentioned failure, and that some of the parts of your mindset just stayed the same, but you kept persevering, and that's beautiful. Especially the snowball effect and the consistency. We're gonna talk about that a little bit at the end. But I'm very curious because failure and success, they come together most of the times. Like I would say 100% times it's just where you're gonna pinpoint your finger and say, okay, this is why this happens. I'm very curious how your definition of success has changed. Like, how did it break? Because when you're growing up, they tell you, oh, you gotta find your work, like have a family, do this and this in a certain way, and that's success. Or like money is success for some people. What's your definition, and what do you think is different from how other people see it?
Yeah, I see that like a lot of people are like chasing that money, and of course like we all need money to like have a good living there, but like I think my definition has changed and shifted when I changed my career in like my mid 30s, right? And there was this like a profound quote or sentence that I heard, and it completely shifted my mindset, and it was like, find your passion and make it your profession, right? And if you can do that, like if you lost and if you don't have direction, and perhaps you are at the stage where you want to like change your career and things like that, like but you have no idea where to go to, just try to ask yourself like what it is that I really enjoyed when I was like younger, like what is my passion, right? Like how can I actually find something that brings me a lot of joy, and is there a way of actually making it your profession? Because once you do that, I think that's a real success. It's not the money, it's like it's just actually doing what you're loving to do like on daily basis, and getting paid for it, and just living your best life.
It's beautiful when you said joy, because it comes with the example of the ice skating girl that I saw during the Olympics. Her name is Alyssa Liu, if I say that correctly in the Firefox, and she quit ice skating. From what I know, like I'm making it up possibly. She quit ice skating for a couple of years, the professional side of it, because she didn't feel joy. She felt pressured by her family and by her coaches, and she was like, I'm not gonna do it until I'm gonna find my spark, and I'm gonna do it wholeheartedly. Do you feel like in your life you had a pause? You took a break because, oh, I don't feel unmotivated, but the motivation is actually the spark inside. Like, it didn't make sense from inside. Did you feel like something like it? And you had to take a break, especially.
um when I had to take a break where I didn't have like motivation, it really depends like at what stage in my life I look at, right? Like there was a time where obviously I was just like exhausted from like working in hospitality, right? Like that's where that when you asked that question, that was the like thing that came to my mind right off. I'm like, I just knew I needed a change. I just knew like I'm not gonna be able to stay in that environment much longer, and I knew I could find more meaning in my life, right? Like I knew like okay, this is it. Like I need to really pivot here. I need to change it. I need to stop because I keep going all the time, right? And there is like, life is busy. Like, you've got bills to pay, like just constantly doing something. But I had to stop, look around, and I'm like, is this where I want to be for the next 5, 10 years, 20 years, right? Like, is that my legacy? Is that what I'm gonna do? And the answer was very clear. The answer was no. Like you can do something way more meaningful. You can do something bigger, like you've got potential. You can definitely expand and try different things. So uh that would be my answer to that question, although I don't think I directly answered it, but that's just something that popped to my mind when you asked that question.
I'm very happy because I didn't have to direct you even more, because you said like, oh, I felt it. This is the pivotal moment. This is my flashpoint. I think this is I watched Flash. Like, I love superheroes. It's so fun with them. They have different superpowers. Um, I'm thinking, because you outgrew the place, you outgrew the bar you were living, and you outgrew your previous life. And let's say you transitioned into like an eagle, from a chicken to an eagle, whatever. I'm thinking, because I have this question written down. Have you ever had to outgrow someone? Maybe a person in your proxy or a friend, because you're outgrowing your mindset, you're outgrowing a place. But I'm thinking, if you had to like leave some friends behind because they were just keeping you down, quote unquote, or they weren't allowing you to grow. I like the shape.
100%. 100%. Like you kind of have to do it. Like wherever you're trying to outgrow yourself, you're going to realize that the people that you have in your circle are not really aligned with the vision that you have for yourself right now, and like with where you want to go. And like you would have to at some point ask yourself, like, are those people actually holding me back? Are they detrimental to my definition of success, right? Like whatever you want to call it. And then you're just gonna have to, you may even have to start separating yourself from them. And I had to do that. I had to do that when I changed the career, when I like didn't want to drink anymore. I wanted to stop drinking, right? Like I didn't want to drink as frequently. I didn't want to smoke, but you know, the friends that I had, they were still like old smokers, smoking weed and stuff like that. And I was like, no, I don't want to be part of this community anymore. Like I have to like separate myself from them. And like you just have to cut the contacts. Like you still, like, you know, you can still talk to them, but you're not gonna go and see them, right? Like you're not gonna be like, no, I'm busy. Like they're like, oh, we should go out on Friday. I'm like, no, I'm actually busy doing something else. So you do have to go through that uncomfortable period in your life where you just being like, okay, you know what, like this is no longer beneficial for me, and maybe those people that are in my close circle are not serving me at this stage. And you know, you love them, you're still in touch, and I'm still in touch with some of them, right? Like I just don't hang out with them as much as I did, right? Like it doesn't mean that you know, you're gonna be like, okay, that's it, I'll never ever talk to them, like that's it, they like destroyed my life. Because no, that's not the case. Like ultimately you are responsible for your actions. No one is forcing you to go out, no one is forcing you to smoke, drink, whatever you want to do, right? Like you taking that action. So but yeah, it is uncomfortable, but like you definitely have to do it at some point, and you'll know exactly when, and you know exactly who you need to kind of create a distance between. And a lot of people, I think they know, but they just like afraid to take that step of, you know what, I'm actually gonna like create that distance between me and that person, because it's not really aligned with where I want to be heading. And it's okay. It's okay to do so. It's fine to just create the distance and, you know, start following your dreams.
Well, easy. Is it easy? I'm very curious. Like, is it easy to make the distance and keep in touch with them? Because from my perspective, as you said, like you have friends that are not doing exactly what you want to do. Like they are not heading the same direction, and then possibly the direction just split. And you have those friends of utility that they do something, but they are not the friends of very close lines.
It's a good question. It's not easy, right? And okay, like so majority of those friends I don't really talk to anymore. There's just
that's why
we may be still in touch. But majority of them, yes, I don't really like, you know, like I'm not in touch anymore. I just had to be like, okay, with letting it go. I'd be like, okay, you know what, I'm moving on to the next stage in my life. And you know, people come and go. That's what it is, right? Like that you just have to kind of realize that and be okay and be at peace with that.
But maybe, is there something that can connect you? Like the people you are like losing touch with because they're doing something you don't like drinking or smoking. But is there like a hobby, a passion that truly might connect you guys? Do you have it from experience, especially?
Oh yeah.
Okay. What is that like? What kind of passion or topic?
You can still yeah, I do have a friend like that, and we actually we met when we were still like working at a restaurant, right? Like, and we were like, at the time he was a heavy drinker, I was drinking fair amount of alcohol. You know, we were like both smoking weed and stuff like that, right? And nowadays we connect through fitness, really. Like we sometimes just go on a walk, sometimes we just go to the gym, but that most importantly, what we've been doing is he found passion in running, and I've always done a fair amount of running in my, you know, in my time since I started like exercising again. And we do like Tough Mudders, we do Spartans together, and it's just so much fun. Like what a great way to connect with someone, spend time together, and it's just like it's amazing because you feel like a child again, and you're just getting dirty in the mud, and it's just awesome. You're getting wet and like you jump in the river, and it's just
I feel you.
it's my cup of tea. That's yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy. It's my cup of mud. Yo, it's so cool you guys are doing this
My
kind
cup
of
of mud. Yeah,
because like movement connects you. Like
yeah.
especially if your friend was doing something, let's say, poor health wise, and you're doing a tough mudder, it challenges you every single bit. You can do it or you can't. So
Yeah,
what
100%.
what's the difference between people who are the go-getters? Like I would say you have this energy. I might be doing this kind of stuff in my life. Like if I want to achieve something, I will put the work in. I will just get this stuff done. I will complain just a little bit. Just to stay human. But especially if you're working with people on like the vegan spectrum, like diet, nutrition, sleep, workouts, what do you see as a common trait between the people who actually want to have a change in life and those who are still afraid of it? Let's call it that way.
Mm. Uh, I think like a lot of people, they really want to change, but they are not prepared to put in the amount of work that is required to make that change. I think that's the biggest one I see, right? Like you really want to go, you're fired up, like you have a plan, everything is in front of you, you have all the tools that you need to do, and like, okay, all I got to do is just follow that. But at the same time, you may like start doing it, and you're like, wow, this is great, like this is amazing. But then that motivation fades really quickly, and then you're like, oh, that actually, like, it takes time, right? Like you have to go for a walk, you have to create some time to do a workout, you have to do a meal prep, like cook some healthy meals, like things like that take time. Like you have to prioritize your sleep, you have to like change a lot of different habits in order to make that work. And a lot of the times people realize, oh wow, that's actually like a lot of effort, and they like uh, it's almost like they're not fired up anymore. They're like, oh, like, no, I'm not sure. Like they doubting themselves, like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to do that anymore, right? But like at the beginning, they have that motivation, they have that spark, but all of a sudden they're like, oh, wait, am I actually like ready to put in that much work, right? So that's something that I see. People want to change. That's why you have this like New Year's resolutions, and like everyone is excited and they're going hard for 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and they drop off, right? And also maybe because they're doing it in an unsustainable way. So again, like you gotta find someone where they at, right, and start from there. And that could mean like, okay, let's just start with daily walks. Let's just increase your steps, and then we will focus on different pillars of how to get you to your goal. It doesn't have to be all at once. Like you gotta really break it down into small, manageable goals, so it feels like, okay, that's doable. It's like it is some effort there, because you're always gonna have to put in some effort. That's undeniable, but like it now looks like I could get there, right? Like it might take a little bit longer, but at least I'm prepared to put in a little bit of work, consistently.
Mm-hmm. You were ahead of my question, the next one, because I was about to ask you about the advice. But I'm truly trying to let it sink in because it's beautiful. And we're going to get to consistency in a second. Yeah,
Cool.
it's something. A notion popped up in my head, but I'm going to ask you this like short question. When did you start working out? When did you like start doing like calisthenics, getting more into running? Like after the change, after the public life? When was it? How old were you?
Yeah, I mean, so I was for like 2015. I was 35. Yeah, I was
Mm-hmm.
35.
Mm-hmm. And now we are talking is like
Actually, no, wait. Wait, no, wait. I started running. I started running in 2015, but that was like very sporadic, right? So I would say the change started occurring around 2015, but before I built that decent consistency, it took a little bit of time, right? So maybe a year or two where I was already like, oh, I now kind of identify myself as a regular runner, right? Like I run, and it doesn't mean like running 5 times a week. Like I was running once a week, and that was good enough for me to be like, you know what, every Saturday I'm just gonna go for a run. And yes, by the way, that's what I love, like just going once
So we was talking with you about racing so much. I'm not. I don't want us to. You don't want to do it. Yeah, you are the role model. That's my next question. But I just want to say the next one.
I am.
Yeah, quote unquote. Now you told me the truth. But
So to answer that question, yeah, go ahead.
which one? About the because I have like a notion that
So
yeah. I will go.
You go
Because I was just asking you, when did you start seeing all that change, like moving into the fitness a bit more after like pivotal moment in your life? And I'm just thinking, because sometimes we might be harsh on ourselves that we are, oh, there's just so much work we gotta do and we just can't do it all at once. And you say small baby steps, and I totally love it, like one foot after another. And that's an amazing perspective. That's what I learned from you. This is like a quote I had somewhere, but I'm not very good at writing down my notes. Anyhow, it's just a whole story you had before, like 2015. It's like you were 34, 35, and you had all the life experience to grow you, to mature you up to this point in life that you're going to go for a run and still be so harsh on yourself, like, oh, I can't get consistent, I can't do that. So how the hell people are supposed to have the change in their life when they don't see that in people? That's why I like to make it a human case of you, of myself, that we are forgetting that there's so many events in our life that are just pushing us into this one path. There's just like not one decision, but millions, billions of decisions that we made across our life. So
100%.
it's just cool to see that
100%.
sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, you are a role model.
Yeah, I
remember that, Lukasz. So running, being
I'm trying to lead by example.
Okay, I like it. So by leading by example, do you feel some responsibility on your shoulders because of that? That people are looking at?
For sure. Yeah, I do. I do like. Yeah, I keep high standards for myself, right? Like if I'm coaching people, I want to make sure that I actually, walk the walk as well. I'm not just coaching you about like eating potato chips, like in the, what I mean, like every day, and like not really taking care of myself. Like, yeah, I do want to make sure that, I am actually doing like what I'm preaching, right? Like that's just, for me, that's just like normal. Like you should be doing that, right? Like you should like, I mean, in my opinion, like I do want to, make sure that I can show people how it gets done as well, right? Like and inspire them and show them that I still have goals, even though I accomplished something here. Like there's always next level that you can unlock. There's always next level you can go to, right? And try to push yourself. And there's not a point where you're just gonna be like, okay, I've done it all, I'm done. Like I reached the peak, I don't have to do anything else. That just doesn't exist, right? Like never ever think that way. Like I'm excited. I'm like, okay, I want to be fit in my 40s. I want to continue being fit in my 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s. I want to.
You're a slow but your life, right?
You know what I mean? Like yeah, I am, but I wasn't always like that. Like I'm in the best shape of my life right now, but I'm putting in the work to get there. And honestly, like to answer that question, when I started calisthenics, because I never really I went on a tangent that like I started probably when the pandemic started, right? Like so 2020, 2021, that's when I started like, experimenting, having a little bit of fun with handstands and things like that, and learning muscle ups and like, so that's it took a little while for me to build that consistency with running, to then get introduced to like resistance training and falling in love with that and being like, wow, this is cool. And I was maybe going to gym for like a year, and then pandemic happened, and I was like, oh, what am I gonna do now? Like there's no gyms, like this, like I had some equipment, thankfully I had my
Finally,
bar, and that was like a quick yeah, that was like a quick transition, right? And I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna just do the workouts at home, and uh, I fell in love with it. It was a blessing for sure. And I was like, oh wow, actually love that style of training. And now I do include some weights here and there, but like I just enjoy like bodyweight stuff, bodyweight workouts, or like weighted dips, weighted pull-ups, things like that. Working on my handstands, right? Like which is so challenging. You're doing really good with that. I see you. But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Like it takes time to build that consistency, and it's okay to allow yourself to, you know, not be. Don't try to be perfect, right? Like don't try to hit all the marks from the very beginning, because that's not gonna happen. Like nobody did that ever, right? So just give yourself a little bit of love, and like have lots of patience, and just continue chipping away at that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I was thinking seconds ago, if you like answered or if you like circled around the question about being a role model, because I would be asking you like, do you feel like a god? Because I sometimes would say having like 100,000 of views on Instagram or like on TikTok made feel sometimes like, oh, the people are looking up to me, or oh, I should make it more perfect, or I should make it more something different. So I'm gonna define my question like in different direction right now, because I feel like you said it the perfect way. Like you are keeping a high standard for yourself. You might not care about the numbers, I assume, but they are gonna grow. They are like doing what they can, and you're staying consistent, and it's beautiful. And especially, I'm gonna ask about the content on social media. What direction are you going with this? With like putting out stuff in social media? What is the goal with that?
I mean, honestly, I just want to provide a little bit of value for people. I just want to share a little bit of my knowledge. I want to inspire people to, eat more plant-based or plant-forward like diet, right? Like that's always something that I have done, and I don't think I ever mentioned for you, but I've got my job at the vegan gym only because of Instagram, because they found me on Instagram, right? Like so
That's beautiful,
it's
actually. I heard
interesting
that.
fact.
Yeah, I was excited.
I was doing my thing on Instagram. I was just posting content, and obviously I was running my own online coaching business at the time. But like still, that's how I got the job that I have today. Like because I was willing to put myself out of my comfort zone and create some content there. I don't ever feel like like you said, like God, or like just being there. Like no, I look, there's so much more for me to learn. Like I'm not even like an elite level myself. I don't consider myself that. Like that's no, like that's almost unattainable, right? Like when I look at some of the things that are happening. But again, like uh I'm putting out the content because I just want to like inspire others to lead a healthy lifestyle, and go for better food choices, go for a walk, do some exercising, like just spread a little bit of positivity as well, right? Like that's my goal, really. Like I'm not really looking for huge following online. Like I don't really care about like how many followers I have. If I can like do a post that one person, it resonates with one person, like that's it. I'm happy with it. I'm like, I've done my job. Like I've never had a post that was like 100,000 likes or anything like that. Never ever had like posts that went viral, right? Like, and that's cool. I'm not chasing that. I'm not chasing, numbers there. Like that's just something that I'm not attracted to.
Mm-hmm. You're looking for the values. You're not looking for the vein. I was looking for the vein in 2021, but I don't think I was like a vein, like a big word. But I had one of my TikToks blow up to 1.3 million, and I was just scrolling up, like plus 99 notifications. But all I did was put the music on and just dance. I did like this for like 10 seconds, and I had like 90,000 likes. And that's why I'm saying that some of us, even myself, I keep catching myself that I might be putting someone else on the social media, that like a curated version, and I'm trying to find like a harmony between what I'm showing up as and who I'm truly inside. That's why I'm creating this podcast, so we can have like a human conversation also, and just realize if you mumble, you'll mumble. If you go like this, the world will see you like the whatever. Just trying to figure it out. It's a human experience. That all we do. But yeah, about being a role model and just a person, a human being, Lukasz. You have, let's say, different titles. You're a dad. You're a daddy. You're how do you say that? Like division leader? No, and you're vegan gym. Like you have the superheroes and different teams, and you're like a main coach for your team. Let's say.
Yeah. Legend. Yeah. No,
Legend.
I'm not a main coach. I'm not a main coach. I'm just like one of legends. Yeah. But I'm not a main.
Well, you are a legend.
We only have one head coach.
Mhm.
I am a legend. Yeah. Right. Like we do have groups, different groups. And yeah, our group is called Legends. And it's pretty fun how we kind of gamify it. Right. So it's awesome.
Every single year when I saw your like all the groups at Vegan Gym, because you guys are separating each other for like 4 teams, like superhero, Avengers, Legends, and what's the fourth one?
There's Guardians, Titans, Legends, and Avengers.
Okay, let's go that way. I like it more. But what I wrote in the notes is that you went for the morning run with the group. Like I remember you going outside and just running the country roads around our camp, and it was just so beautiful. The community you guys built, like Leif, Anders, all the friends, all the like team. It's just so wonderful for me to see that you guys have like the same cause, the same purpose in life. You're just trying to get better and live a healthier, more joyful, more connected life. But my question is, how do you feel with this kind of stake? Okay, I would like to move actually from those questions because I'll be just circling back. Because I see you know well, you have mature values, you keep on moving forward and helping as much as you can. If you help one person, that's all it takes. And I know you helped hundreds, like not thousands at the time. Consistency. Let's go to consistency. I have like 5 questions about that. And I'd like to get to know you. What do you mean by putting a foot after a foot, like one foot after another? Because I heard something like this, one quote of yours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when it's just it comes down to taking action at the end of the day, right? Like you do have to start taking action in order to build consistency, and you want to just start taking small steps, right? So whatever it is that you decide to do, you want to commit to, doing it day in and day out, right? Like just building that consistency, and it does take time. And you got to understand that, you're going to be very motivated at the very beginning, but that motivation will fade. And what are you going to do then, right? Like what are your support systems? Do you have any support systems? Do you have any?
What's your support system?
Like, do you have any? Well, my support system is community, I would say, right? Like I have other coaches that I can reach out to if I struggle with a situation and things like that, right? So my support system is being on a team of amazing coaches, right, where we can kind of lean on each other and help each other and just grow together, right? So that's definitely my support system. At this stage, I have consistency. I just love working out, right? Like I just like, you don't really have to convince me to do a workout, right? Like I have to force myself to take rest days because I know they better, right? So that's the mindset. That's the mindset that I'm in. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna take the weekend off because I know that's where the growth is, when we resting, right? But yeah, whatever it is that you decide to do, you just want to make sure on small steps. Well, take one step in front of the other, and there will be prepared for obstacles, because there will be some obstacles on the way, and just because you hit an obstacle doesn't mean that you need to just stop and quit. You just have to find a way to go around it and move forward, right? So that would be an advice that I would give to someone. I didn't probably use the quote that you had from me because I don't remember like how many quotes you use. I don't have one.
You said you actually said step after another. It works. I don't have a way with words, so totally I don't remember anything. Yesterday I was learning "Let It Go," the song, and I put the cover on Instagram and like Oh, finally, I remember something. So you said it right. I like your answer very much. We're getting to the end. I'm gonna drink because this question is very deep.
I'm gonna I'm gonna drink as well in that case. You're stressing me out now.
Very much. I'm so sorry for it. But this is going to be one of the easiest questions possibly. um, do you feel proud of yourself? Like
Yes.
in life overall. Why is that?
Yeah. I guess it's because of, first of all, it's probably because I'm a father, like I said, and I'm very proud of my kids and how they, were raised and how wonderful they are. We're like the really good human beings, right? And I think that's like, as a parent, you can look at it and be like, wow, okay, that's amazing. That's really good. I'm like, thanks to my wife, I was working a lot. There were times I didn't see them much when they were growing up. But yeah, like I think overall we did a good job there. So like, I'm just very proud of that. So, they can go into the world and hopefully spread some positivity and do good things. And second of all, I would say is because of, the life I built for myself, right? Like like what I do at the moment, I have enough time to, you know, go for a workout in the morning, right? Before I start working. And not everyone has that privilege, right? Like some people, they just struggle to find time. And I get it because I was there when kids were growing up. Like there were times I wasn't exercising at all. Like I didn't really, get enough sleep, right? So I was getting like maybe 4 hours of sleep, 5 hours of sleep, just surviving. Whereas now I have systems in place that support the life that, you know, is helping me basically live the best life I can, right? And like, I can do the things that I love, which is, going for a walk, spending time in nature, exercising, spending some time in the family. I still work a lot, don't get me wrong. But like the way it's structured is that there is time, there is balance. Okay. Oh, that's the word. Like there's enough balance, I would say, and enough boundaries that I set that protect my time. And and in addition to that, doing like the job that I'm doing, it's like I actually love helping others. And I think it goes back to that quote, right? Like find your passion and make it your profession. And I feel like it happened to me. So I feel blessed. I feel really proud of being where I am at this stage in my life.
I'm gonna put this quote on the thumbnail. Thank you so much for saying this. At the end, I prepared actually like one more question before we go to the quick fire section because I have like 7 questions that are like one word answer. I'm gonna finish on that, but I have a topic that I think you'd like to touch on, but let's not go this deep. But
Yeah.
like an advice, I think like a mature man advice from all your years. What would you say for how can we acknowledge our mental health these days? How can we do a better work with our mental health?
Mm, yeah. I think nowadays we live in a society where we really like closed out. Like we're not really like we don't really have people that around us that we talk to, or like communities, right? Like so we it can feel very isolated, right? And maybe you don't have anyone that you feel that you could turn to and talk to and express yourself about anything that you're dealing with. But there is always someone who is willing to, listen to you, right? So I guess uh, the best way to look after your mental health is, obviously, we know exercise is amazing. We know spending time in nature. We know like moving, like connecting with people. That's really good for your mental health. But like if you already find yourself at a hard spot where you like, oof, I like it's pretty dark here. Like talk to people, like ask for help, whether it's your friends, your family. making a phone call, like just ask for help. Like, like I think that's the key, right? Like, because the problem is once you just get stuck in your head and you're not really talking to anyone, it just doesn't get better from that. It just gets worse and worse and worse. So, like do all the things that you can do to improve your mental health. But if you hit the roadblock, just open up, talk, share. We all struggle. We all deal, with days of lower motivation or maybe like some depression and things like that. So it's okay. Like, it's absolutely fine. It's absolutely like, it's a normal human like experience. There's no shame in that. So yeah, just talk to as many people as you can and just be vulnerable, open up. Because there's obviously too many people struggling with that at the moment.
Are you ready for a game? Quick question for me. I have like 1, 2, 3, 4, I think 7, 8 questions. I'd like you not to think about the answers. I'd like you to answer right away. And as I said, 1, 2 words or like a quick sentence. No explanation. I don't want your explanations. You were talking too much today. It's enough. Okay, are you ready? Very beautiful. First question. If there's something that you... Okay, I went with that question before, but let's rephrase it. If there's something that you're proud of recently, it is...
Oh my goodness. Family.
If people could do only one thing a day, it would be to live like a healthier life.
Go for a walk every day.
Finish the sentence. I'm a happy man when...
When I finish my workout.
Okay, I like it. Especially running, like once a week, it works. What gives you energy instantly?
Definitely exercise.
Okay. And the opposite, what drains you the fastest?
Toxic people.
And one habit you'll never give up?
Smiling.
That was so genuine. Okay, last question for today. What kind of life do you want to look back on at the end?
The one that was fulfilling. I think that's it. In one sentence.
Okay. Thank you, Lukasz, for today. We're gonna meet each other once again one day. Keep that smile, man. Thank you.
Awesome. Appreciate you. Thanks for your time.
Cheers.